Jesus will.
Tonight on EA Sports, Super Bowl 62.
It has been a tumultuous 2 weeks, but it is finally time for football as we're underway in Super Bowl 62. Takes this about 5 yards deep. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one.
10 at their own 18-yard line.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. The counter. Fleming. And not the start he was hoping for there, as he'll maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Calling no gain on the game's first play. And it's 2nd down now. And Charles, one of the big stories of the week, the man on the sideline, seeking his 2nd Super Bowl title, although he's had to overcome a lot of adversity to get here.
Oh, come on, partner. Do we have to talk about the adversity? I know. We do. Because that's what defines an NFL coach, a team, a player. Did you get to the big game, and did you win? And he's had a lot of losses here. But the flip side is he knows how to get his team to the Super Bowl. He's actually won it before, seeking another one. He's trying to rely on what he did in the past to win that one Super Bowl and bring that one into his preparation and into execution in this one.
And so room to roll now. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. A gain of 13. It's a 1st down. Well, one unit I know you want to watch is that offensive line. If they keep clearing holes like that, it could be a long night defensively.
No doubt about it, because when they are in sync, as we're seeing so far, when that continuity is there and you can see that they're playing off of each other while controlling the defensive front linebackers, you're exactly right. It could be a very long night for the defense because someone's going to run for some big yardage.
6 figures every year, yeah, earn that.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Ready, go!
They'll run with Taylor. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3.
2 big runs here to start this game. How about the offensive line? They came out firing. Great leverage, great punch to get this thing started.
And now this unit on the move already. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3.
Hey, Green! Go!
Now a dump off here complete, and he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. That one a 1st down pickup of 8.
45-yard line.
Yellow, zoom!
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football and picked up by the Chargers.
Let's get that swagger, y'all.
He takes it back to the house. It's a fumble recovery and a Charger touchdown. And on the grandest of stages, with the whole world watching the Super Bowl, they come out and get the first points.
I don't know how you feel about it, Brandon, but for me, watching the beginning of the Super Bowl, I've often wondered how come it's not just a fumble fest? How come the ball's not all over the place? The nerves, the interim in between of the 2 weeks waiting for the game. But this team came out and handled it just like it was a regular season walk in the park. Terrific start.
The lane opens here. He's past the 30. Room to run at the 50. Still going inside the 30. And they are not going to catch him. He's in. Well, there you go. They gave up a score to start the game, and as quick as they could get it back, they did on the return.
And people talk about this all the time, whether you're coaching it, whether you're trying to work on it, whether you're just trying to put in the minds of your players. Attack back as fast as you can after giving up a score. No quicker way than on a kick return.
It's good, and we're all tied at 7 apiece.
That ties the game at 7. Younghoe Koo to kick off for Atlanta.
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Herbert going to lead up the Chargers here, 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Here's the first carry for Austin Eckler. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
That was a pretty good job defensively to hold him to a 2-yard run, but I've got to think this offensive line, they're asking their quarterback for a different type of a run, one that they rely on, one they have confidence in, one they feel like they can block.
Ready!
And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. 12 yards there and a first down.
How many times do we say in this game that speed kills, and it does it in so many different ways? In this case, you got a back who's quick and shifty. Can make moves, make people miss, but also gets to and through a hole before it can close down. That's some of the benefits of that speed, not just outrunning people in the secondary. That led to a really nice gain.
47-yard line.
A nice run here early on. It didn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early, because they will pay dividends as the game progresses.
And he's got room. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Touchdown, LA.
The kicker on.
A great play there. 53 yards. And the Chargers have taken the lead. The CD, I mean, there are touchdown runs, and then there are touchdown runs. And that one certainly fell into the latter category. And that deserves a couple exclamation points. This will be fielded inside the 5. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line.
At their own 28-yard line.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. They trail early on in this Super Bowl as they come up 1st and 10. And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down. What an effective play there, getting their wideouts involved in the run game.
They're always hoping on that type of a play that they can get to the end of the line and have a chance to turn it upfield as he did there. That means they controlled the blocking and took care of the defensive end of the outside linebacker to give him that lane.
And I guess I need to clarify, I said getting their wideouts involved in the run game, but of course that was actually a pass as he popped it forward. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. The catch and run there, good for 16 and a first.
At the 44-yard line.
On the double. Drill green. Strike. Strike. Set. Hut.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Man open left side is Brown. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. This is something that we saw quite a bit in Oklahoma, and we'll be seeing it more and more on the NFL level as well. Marquise Brown going Hollywood.
And that's the kind of play where you have to kind of catch your breath afterwards. So just give me a second here, because when he shifted into high gear, he was an absolute blur out there. No substitute for speed. We talk about that all the time. The evidence was right there.
Zoom black. Go.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. And he finds Howard complete. And he'll get nothing out of that one.
Complete.
No gain there in the completion. 2nd and 10.
On the play. 2nd and 10. At the Chargers' 26-yard line.
Go pink. Set. Go.
Flush to his right. Now he'll pull it down. Opted to run for it. The decision a good one. Picking up the first, getting 14 yards on the scramble.
1st and 10 at the 13-yard line. That's the end of
Second quarter now, Falcon football, as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Through one quarter, 14-7 our score.
Down. Yellow. 22. Set. Go.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. That's caught by Howard. And they'll go backwards here, losing yardage to the 14. That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's 2nd down.
14-yard line.
Ready. Go.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Steps away. And he just chucked that one out of bounds, out of everyone's reach. Maybe a wise call not to take a sack in this part of the field. It brings up 3rd down. Seventh play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. 7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down.
Black Ultra. Hey, red. Hut.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Just inside the 10. And the Falcons are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. 3 catches for him now in the first half of this Super Bowl. It's a 1st down.
Ready. 33. Yellow. On the ball. Ready.
He'll go with the keeper. And he will take it in for a Falcon touchdown. It's their quarterback, keeping it himself from a yard out. And the Falcons are an extra point away from tying the football game. Koo able to connect on the extra point. And we've got a tie game here in a back-and-forth first half.
Koo to kick off for Atlanta.
This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. Pulls it in at the 13. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
At their own 29-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. And they had to wait a long time to get the football back. Probably not what you were hoping for when you got an offense that's humming.
Agreed. What you were looking for is the defense getting the ball back pretty quickly, right? Hoping for a 3 and out. So that didn't happen. You can't yell at your D for that. They've got to take care of their own business and reestablish themselves now that they're back on the field. Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
Panther 60. Panther 60. Ready.
Now a handoff here to a running back. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. 6 yards to pick up, and that's a first down. His first carry of their second drive, pretty solid. And, of course, remember back to their first drive, really strong throughout that one.
Not only is he getting good blocking up front, but how about his vision to find the holes? He's seeing things before they even open and hurdling.
Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jair Alexander. And And this one will be returned to right around the 38-yard line.
I think that interception happened for two reasons. Quarterback gets outside the pocket and panics a little bit, and receiver doesn't make sure he's absolutely in an open spot. So there's a guy lurking, took the ball from him.
Yeah, so don't wave your arms, right, as a receiver if you're not wide open.
Got to know that you're open. Otherwise, just don't do it.
Here we go.
About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line. This offense thankful, I'm sure, to have the football back, but also, Charles, after a long drive of their own, they've got to be a little weary.
Yeah, I would agree with that, and what you have to do to combat it, try and get fresh legs in where you can, especially the skill positions. And then for the offensive line, instead of attacking, maybe slow the tempo down a little bit. Let them catch it.
Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 19. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. That throw, Charles, over the middle of the field, and a few too many bodies in there got picked.
That's a normal situation, too, isn't it? No matter how hard you try and spread the field sometimes, there's always going to be a traffic jam, it feels like, towards the middle. And if there's any type of a missed throw, or maybe the ball's tipped, or just too many bodies in the area, an interception can result.
Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
There's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that field like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
Justin Herbert looking to throw on 2nd down. Pressure brought in, and the Falcons get there for the sack. And on that one, the protection just broke down.
You've got to have that leverage, don't you? We always talk about low man wins in the running game for an offensive lineman versus a defensive lineman. It's essentially the same thing in pass protection. Get lower than that defensive lineman so that you can keep your balance and keep him away from your guy trying to throw the football.
Here we go.
5 men in the secondary now for the Falcons on 3rd down.
Mustang 19. Ready.
Out of the gun, Herbert. That's into the hands of Eckler. And he'll be out of bounds at the 25-yard line. A gain of 9, not enough, and it's 4th down. And at his size, he's a smaller back. You can get him the football. He can kind of get lost, make someone miss. It's good for him.
Yeah, it's great for him. I like what you said there. Sometimes he gets lost in the traffic a little bit, but get him out in the open field into some space. That plays to his strengths the best and keeps him out of it where all the big boys are, you know, make someone miss in the open field.
How about them biting off 15 yards there on the 4th down attempt and keeping the drive alive?
Let's go.
The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. And again this time to the tailback. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
Ready. Panther 60. Panther 60.
2 minutes on the clock in the 2nd quarter of this Super Bowl. Coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL. And he'll give it here to his running back. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. A loss of 1, now a loss of 2, and they're staring at a 3rd and 13.
3rd down and 13.
So 1st and 2nd down went the wrong direction. They'll try to do better here on 3rd and 13. Herbert will give this one to Eckler. And he can only get this to the 42-yard line, and that is not near enough. The Falcons going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. On 4th down, J.K. Scott ready to punt it away. Back deep is Tyreek Hill. and taken just inside the 10-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Falcons will get it 1st and 10 from deep in their own territory. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. Tie ball game, still a little more than a minute to go in the half. The question, can they put something together here, try to take that lead into intermission?
I would have to think that would be the goal for sure. I don't think you sit on anything here. Here's your opportunity. Push it downfield. As you mentioned, it's a tie game. So minus a disaster on your part, you've got that in your back pocket. Go ahead and try and get some points and feel great going into the half.
10 at the 9-yard line.
Go red. Hut, hut.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. Open Davis Howard to tight end. Falcons going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with a tick under a minute to go before half.
1st and 10 at the 20-yard line.
Ready. 10 black. Steel black. Hey, blue.
They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. That one complete to Hill. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A very solid gain of 27.
But one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field, and here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
Set. Black 40. Fury. Yellow. Yellow. Go. Set. Hut.
Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. He'll rifle this one deep right side. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Nasir Adderley. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the 1st half. The Charger drive about to get going. And the ball backed way up. So thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these two teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation. Either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it.
And this offense going to elect to burn a timeout with 5 seconds remaining in quarter number 2.
At the 28-yard line.
They'll keep it on the ground again here. He finds an opening past the 40. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. So we've come upon halftime in the big one, the Super Bowl. As we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman in our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach. These two teams sat through a longer than usual 30-minute wait, but we're back in action here in this Super Bowl. A fairly short kick from the 14. A dangerous return man showing it here.
The Chargers take over 1st and 10 at their own 33-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. They have a chance to break our tie here as we get a look at the first drive of quarter 3.
And it's such a tone setter, isn't it? Because both sides trying to seize momentum to begin the half. What do they have dialed up that'll give them an advantage to move the ball downfield?
Let's find out what they have dialed up. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Now a handoff here to his running back. He's got a first down and then some at midfield. And all the way down to the 41-yard line. And that one heck of a run right there. Once he got loose, you can tell that he was going to run a long way. That was pretty impressive.
Right there, go!
Running game working. They'll stick with it on 1st down. Not much there, maybe a couple as he's taken down at the 40.
He's tackled at
That's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going. And then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
And that one goes incomplete. He's maybe lucky it wasn't a fumble as he got hit as he threw it.
Well, this at least is the right idea. I think they've got to get the tight end more involved.
He had just one target in the first half, incomplete. Now incomplete here with the first target of the second half.
Yeah, should not stop them at all from going back to him. Find him. Find him.
Gonna give this time to the tailback. And some room to maneuver. And he is out of bounds right around the 10-yard line. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal.
Well, partner, what do you think? Might have been four down territory if they didn't pick it up, but...
Yeah, it's a moot point now. I was curious, so if they didn't get it there, would they have gone for it? I guess we'll never know.
Yeah, we didn't have to make that call, but I have a feeling...
All you got to do is look and learn. Look and learn.
For a Charger touchdown. A great effort there. His second touchdown of this Super Bowl. And the Chargers are going to take the lead. He's given him a little jolt, just gave him the lead there, but 2 TDs now in the game.
And that jolt puts them in the lead. What a terrific job by him. He is carrying the ball and simply saying, I want to win.
And now he's hoping his defense has that mentality as they try to hang on to that. And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result, that he opted for the touchback. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And this game was all square at halftime, but now they find themselves down 7 following the opening drive touchdown here in the third quarter.
And they need to take a good, relaxing, deep breath, don't you think? Because right now they might start to feel like they've got to play catch-up here and start matching them point for point. But it's still too early to get there. They can still run their offense. Plenty of time to get back in this game.
And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40. They may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a first down.
Let's go. At the 40-yard line.
Got it. Slice blue. Check Fury. Hold tight. Go.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And going deep for Hill. And for a third time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked off down near the 5.
You hear me laughing, partner, and I'm not laughing at the situation. But sometimes you just get yourself into a rut. It's hard to shake yourself out of it.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. And that last drive, it was all about the ground game, ground and pound.
And I don't care how we're playing the game these days, offensive linemen still want to fire out and smack the...
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off near the 4.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
10 at the 23-yard line.
Set. Ready. Yellow. 43. Claws red. Set. Go.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. And yes, they want the points, so they will decline the penalty. No question there.
You don't think they spent a couple seconds mulling over what the penalty
I don't
would do
even
for
know
them?
why they asked the sideline.
Not at all. When you put the ball in the end zone on a takeaway, take the points and keep moving.
And it's up and good.
That ties the game at 21 apiece.
A couple of teams locked into a good one here 21 all the score as the kick's away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Chargers take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Herbert and the Chargers now with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. He'll give it here to his running back. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. 3rd quarter of the biggest spectacle in sport, the Super Bowl. Thanks for joining us, everybody. 2nd and 10. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
Just a gain of a couple, but good enough to keep the drive rolling.
7-yard line.
Set, 18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal. Set, tempo, set, let's go. Go.
Going on the ground with Eckler. He's got a 1st down and then some at midfield. And brought down across the 50 to the 49-yard line. Give him 15 yards on that one and a Charger 1st down.
49-yard line.
Hawk 70, Hawk 70. Ready, go.
Now Eckler. And he's going to be stopped up at about the 47-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. Was that 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive. And like you said, the way it's working, they just stick with it. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And that'll bring up a 3rd and 11 situation.
Ready, ready. Check smash, check smash. Viking 18. Ready, cut.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll get this into enemy territory, but not by much as he's down to the 48. Just a gain of 2 there, and it's going to bring up a 4th down.
A 2-yard gain. It's 4th down.
Well, a call like this, certainly tougher to make in a Super Bowl, but they'll go for it on 4th down.
Cup 19. Hut, hut.
They snap it to Herbert. And a big loss here as he's taken down. The 4th down play doesn't work for the Chargers. And that will force a turnover on downs. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Shot 17. Set, go.
From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain.
He was tackled at the 27-yard line.
Still a few inches short of a 1st down as they come up now on 2nd down. 1 quarter remains here in the Super Bowl. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Ready.
So not quite a 1st down just yet as they come up on 2nd and less than a yard.
Ready, go.
They give to Taylor. And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line. A gain of just a yard, but it's a 1st down.
Well, that was a unit that understood exactly where the 1st down marker was, handed it to their guy who could run it, created some space, and he got there.
Yellow, 22. White, white. Blue, go. Hut, hut.
They'll look to throw now on 1st down. eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. 23 yards on the play.
Goal at the 3-yard line.
A field goal could get him the lead, but it might not be enough here as they come up on 1st and goal.
Ready.
They'll try to run this one in. And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
32.
They'll go again from the 3 here on 2nd and goal.
3-yard line.
Drill, 52. Ready, go.
Sliding out of the... And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. It's their quarterback. His 2nd touchdown of this Super Bowl. And the Falcons use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. And he knocks it through.
Makes the score Falcons 28, Chargers 21.
Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25.
Let's go
The
now.
Charger drive about to get going. And it's quickly becoming now or never time in the Super Bowl, trailing by 7 here in the 4th. A pivotal moment in this football game. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
Gain of a yard.
A big part of a middle linebacker's job is being able to take on blocks and then go make plays. But the best ones, they have those big guys in front of them playing defensive line that hold blockers off of them and allow them to flow sideline to sideline and make the big hits.
On 2nd down, Eckler. And they're able to get this one across the 35. It's a 1st down on a gain of 10.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
Ready.
1st down, and they stick with Eckler. And the hole closes quickly there. He gets maybe a couple up to the 38.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
And they will finally get him down, but not before he takes this to the Falcons' 14-yard line. And a guy that can change the game shows you a glimpse of it right there, taking the ball down inside the red zone.
It just tells you how tough it is for a defense. You just hold on all game and essentially hold your breath. Will they break a big one on us at any point during the game? It just happened right there.
Give him maybe a yard, quite the opposite from the previous big gainer. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. And again this time to the tailback. And he'll be taken down here at about the 11. A gain of 2 there on the heels of a 1-yard pickup on 1st.
That play reminded me a lot of a former teammate of mine. We used to call him the trash man. His ability to sift through traffic and make plays was uncanny.
And that's exactly what you want from your Mike linebacker. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So it's Charger football as we welcome you back from the 2-minute warning. They come up on and he'll get in. He's over for the touchdown. Justin Herbert keeping it himself from a yard out. And the Chargers are an extra point away from tying this thing up.
Instead of having to play follow the leader there, the leader led.
I like that. And he likes that, doesn't he? 1st and goal, let me do the job.
Because you know when he falls into the end zone after falling behind those big guys who pushed up front, that's a pretty good celebration, isn't it?
Gives him a little street cred in the locker room, too, doesn't it?
Street cred, and then when they go out to dinner afterwards, he's still picking up the check.
And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29.
1st and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you score points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
A good run, got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3.
Hey, Green! Hut, hut!
Escaping the pressure right. He's going to take off with it. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. That one good for 26 and a first down.
How many times have we seen this late in the fourth quarter? Because you know the pass rush is getting after him, and they get upfield, get that great push. And what do they create? Space, and he takes off.
Ready!
That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's 2nd down.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
Ready,
2nd and 12.
10 black, drill green. Yellow, zoom. Set, cut.
Flushed out right. Open man is Hill. He's got it. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this fourth quarter.
1st and 10 at the 19-yard line.
Set.
So
Black
here's a
40.
1st and 10 now, down inside the 20.
Zoom black. Set, cut.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. That is caught inside the 5. The Falcons going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in the game.
3-yard line.
Let's go
A
now.
game-winning field goal would be a chip shot from here. Let's see how they play it on 1st and goal.
Go.
He's trying to run this one in. And he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's about all. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal.
Leads to 2nd and goal at the 4-yard line.
Now the timeout will be called, so they're in field goal range with 3 seconds left. Younghoe Koo, all eyes fixated on the kicker. And a timeout comes in. The whistles blow with 3 seconds remaining. Younghoe Koo, all eyes fixated on the kicker. This undoubtedly the biggest kick of his life. And this one is no good. He missed it. And a costly one there as this game remains tied here in the 4th. Overtime in a playoff game, awesome setup. Remember, the rules the same as they would be in the regular season.
That's exactly right, Brandon. Remember, the receiving team, if they score a touchdown, game is over. But if they kick a field goal,
So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Charger drive about to get going. They control their own destiny here. They have the football in overtime. Obviously, a touchdown would win it.
I think teams around the league are still adjusting to the idea of going downfield, scoring a touchdown wins the game, because they were used to just going downfield and trying to get in field goal range to win a game. Still having to make that transition. Let's face it now, the ones who are doing it best know they need to go down, attack, put the ball in the end zone and not leave it up to a field goal and give the other team a chance.
As we said, they control their own destiny now. He takes this for 3 to the 29.
Number 28, the ball
Vision is so important for the man in the middle because his ability to look through all the clutter that's happening in front of him, diagnose a play, and then go make it and finish it, that's when the great ones know that they have the goods.
On third down, here's Eckler. And he's going to have the first down yardage to the 35. It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well.
First and 10 at the 35.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on first and 10.
Go!
And he'll give it here to his running back. And this defense not giving him anything there. Maybe a yard up to the 36.
Made at the 36.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. He continues to be effective running the football, a big reason that they have the lead.
And I love one of the quotes that I read about him where he said of himself, I love it when a team just hops on my back and I just carry them along.
A couple of first downs on the drive already, as he'll go from the 47 now on first down. They'll run here with Eckler. And he works his way forward for about 4 up to the midfield stripe.
Well, at the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back there and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Now they'll run it on the toss. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
No gain on the play. Brings up 3rd down and 7.
Okay, ready? Hurt! Hurt! Right there, hurt! Hut, hut!
On the ground, it's Eckler. And he's going to come up a few yards short and brought down at the 45. Call it a gain of 5. 4th down now. Decision time now on 4th and about 1.5 yards.
I can still hear my high school coach, John Ford, right now. I want my number 1 play with my number 1 runner over my number 1 blocker. Get me the first down. And some may very well say, punt this thing away, pin them down deep, and play field position.
They'll run for it with Eckler. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first. They only got a couple, but a couple's all that they needed as they convert on 4th. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on first down. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get it behind the line. They'll wind up losing 4 yards on the play. And that's going to make it 2nd and 14. This down only to about the 46.
Bronco 80.
Isaiah Simmons on the tackle.
79
A
Bronco.
1-yard pickup brings up 3rd and 13.
Go.
First throw in overtime for Herbert. Being chased out left. Oh, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 44. And his guys will take over at their own 44-yard line. A costly mistake here in OT.
And you know what they say when you throw an interception like that in overtime? You don't usually get a chance to throw a second one. I mean, I'm not sure the analytics on it. Let's ask Marvin, our statistician, to ring that down for us. That's typically how coaches and teams feel about it. If you throw one, you likely cost yourself the game.
About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line. Their defense did its job. Got the stop. All they need is 3, and this is over.
Couldn't have done much else other than score themselves and end it. But they turned it back over to them, and now all they need is a field goal to win the game. An excellent job by the defense. Can the offense finish things off?
Part 1 is done. Now part 2.
41-yard line.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13.
Go pink. Set, go.
Now a pass hauled in downfield.
Ooh, he's
And
running. He's
in the
running.
end zone. Move over, James White. You've got a new rival for best finish to a Super Bowl ever. And it's over. The Lombardi Trophy belongs to the Falcons. Yes, the Atlanta Falcons are the Super Bowl champions. And to the Super Bowl champions, they etch their name forever in NFL immortality.
That's pretty phenomenal right there. It actually gave me chills just to hear you say that, because immortality forever and ever. When you look in the record books, you'll see this team, you'll see their picture, that